This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next hour, the insane Daryl Wayne and I are going to take a look at some interesting things that I think touch each and every one of us. During the latter part of our show, we're going to be talking about something that's very serious, and I just didn't even know that this was as big an issue as it is. It's sibling sexual abuse, and it's on the rise, and we'll find out more about that with our guest during that time, Lisa Shaw. During the first part of our show, we're going to talk to our new friend, Patrcia Greenberg. She's an aging well expert, and her book is Eat Well, Live Well, Age Well, and she has several books, and she is based in Southern California. Patricia, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thank you, Mark. So happy to be here.
So how'd you get into the wellness game to begin with? I mean, were you an athlete in high school?
Not at all. So it's a very circuitous route, but I started out where I was not an athletic child by any stretch of the imagination. And I came from a family of 5 children, and 4 of my siblings were all very athletic, and I wasn't. So I'd be playing with dolls, and my sister would be climbing a tree, and my other brother was a gymnast, another one was a martial arts expert, and they were all very, very athletic, and I didn't take to it. And so I managed to get through, my childhood and teens. And I remember being 21. I love telling this story. And I wasn't a total degenerate, but I went to high school in the 70s, and we all smoked and, snuck Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill, as we were teenagers.
I remember that.
Oh, I remember that well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Daryl, yes, right.
I'm the same product that you are.
So those were that's the early junk food. We look at junk food now. Can you imagine what we were putting in our bodies then? And I remember laying out by my parents' backyard, and I was about 21, and I had a little bit of a cough, and I didn't feel good. And I thought, this is because I don't take care of myself. It was like a lightning bolt. It was the most interesting thing. And I kid you not, I got up that day. I joined a gym. I stopped smoking. I just turned my life around. And I had worked as a dental assistant in high school, and I was actually considering going to dental school. So I was taking prereqs. And in my college career in those days, I don't even know if this still holds, women were required to take home economics in order to graduate. So they gave me a choice.
In high school?
No. Well, high school, yes, for sure. But in college, even, we were required to have a home ec course to graduate.
Oh, my God.
So, yes. So I, that and having to wear pantyhose, right? You remember those days? And,
I never wore the pantyhose.
You didn't have to, but we couldn't wear pants, so we had to wear pantyhose. It was a lot. And
they wouldn't let me, I'm sorry, they wouldn't let me in the home ec class because I wanted to take the cooking class. And right, but I have to say I've never had the desire to wear pantyhose.
Yes,
okay, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I had to get that out.
And so I ended up taking in the home ec department. I took a nutrition class, and I took to it, and I ended up changing my major, which added about 1.5 years to my degree. But I was so thrilled, and I never looked back. So I became a hospital dietitian, which I no longer do. That was many, many years ago. And I went on to become a professionally trained chef. And through that process, I started teaching healthy cooking classes to chefs in vocational schools that were learning the culinary arts. And I became very good at public speaking as a teacher. So I went on to do classes and demonstrations, which moved on to television and radio. And somewhere in there, I wanted to write a book for my students about nutrition that would be easy for them to follow. Because as you know, a lot of these chefs training schools, they're not really colleges, they're vocational. So they throw textbooks at them and science at them that they're not really equipped to learn. And I just wanted to do something different. So through that process,
I have to, other than Johnson and Wales, because you can get a degree there in culinary arts as well as the back end of the house, if you will. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something, because we agree. We have a lot in common, you and I. Our backgrounds are similar. But one thing that really struck me is that you don't like the term anti-aging, and I don't either. If you don't age, you're dead. There's just
exactly. And that's,
right?
that's with my history exactly what I was alluding to. I was seeing people at all ages not being healthy. It's an evolution of our society that we think we are and we're not. And people are looking for ways to reverse those processes artificially. So yes, there's no such thing as anti-aging. I don't care what you do to your face. I don't care what vitamins you eat. Time is marching on, and let's embrace it. You can do all those things. I'm not saying they won't enhance your life, but it really won't stop you from hopefully turning 100.
You just said something, and the numbers are up, especially for men, in terms of plastic surgery.
Yes.
On facial plastic surgery. Is this something that you would consider? You've done?
Excellent question. I've had some tweaks. I do laser facials, and I have had surface stuff done. I haven't had any major plastic surgery or major injections or that kind of thing. I'm still skeptical. I know it's been out a long time, but I have concerns about the long-term ramifications of altering one's face. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But do I think? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I think it does. If it makes you feel better about yourself, that little bit of refresh, that you feel empowered to go out, and gives you a little bit of confidence, that's great. If it is a desperate attempt to not let anybody know how old you are, or to keep a job, or to stay what people consider relevant, then I think it's harmful to your health on many levels. Because what people don't understand is we age from within. Forget the nutrition, the fitness, and the everything you're doing on the outside, the eating well, the walking, that keeping secrets, that angst, that stress that lies within inside of us.
Then they're
deal with. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they're the people who just sit after, say, 60, and they are just hanging out, waiting to die.
Yes.
We only have a couple minutes left in our segment. So do you think that Americans in general, and I'm talking from kids to 120, eat healthy today or not? We have to keep your eye on the clock.
No, they don't. They don't. They think they are, but they don't.
What about things like additives, preservatives? I was at your husband, I know, likes herring like I do, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I was at a market the other day looking at, they had 8 different kinds of herring, and I thought, my gosh, this is nirvana.
Yes.
7 of those had sodium benzoate in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nope, not going to eat it. And I took the one without, and I mentioned to the owner of the little store, I said, you got to get rid of those other ones. I said, this company, I know, makes 5 or 6 different varieties without it. Are people reading labels more today?
I think people are paying more attention, but what the problem is, it is so complicated, Mark, in terms of how the food supply is managed. And a lot of times these preservatives, additives, and appealing colors, flavors, and textures, we call it hyperpalatability, where it really, really attracts you, is necessary to keep the food alive for longer periods of time in storage. So there's this, I'm not saying it's okay, but this is what's going on the food service end, is that, they need to keep their businesses going, and therefore they add all this. And we say, oh, what's a little bit of sodium, nitrate in our food, or what's a little bit of color? It's not going to hurt us. And it adds up. That's really what it is. Yeah.
And and now they're irradiating foods too. And I'm not sure about that. All right, we're going to take some time out, do some business. We will all think about Annie Greensprings, because I always wanted to know what she looked like. Anyway, this is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Our guest is Patrcia Greenberg. She's an aging well expert, and her book is Eat Well, Live Well, Age Well. And she has other books and a new one coming out in the next few months. Be sure to join us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. There's a picture of me, and there's a picture of Daryl, and there will be a picture of Patricia up there as well. Don't go away as Late Night Health continues. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Allen. The show continues in a moment.
Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.
It's time to tackle a tough topic, one that affects us all. We're talking about sexism in the workplace. The award-winning Identifying the Elephant in the Room series is back and ready to tackle some complicated communications issues again. This spring, we're focusing on critical communication strategies in the face of sexism. Join us as we hear from professionals in the natural products industry who have valuable career lessons to share and real-world experience to discuss from all sides of the elephant. It's time to have an honest and open conversation about the impact of sexism in the workplace and how we can make it better for everyone. Identifying the Elephant in the Room series starts March 16th. Register today at inicibox.vfairs.com. That's INICIBOX.VFAIRS.com and join the conversation to be part of the solution. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Be sure to visit us at latenighthealth.com. Lots going on over there. I think you'll enjoy it. Our guest is Patrcia Greenberg. She's an aging well expert, and she has a couple of books out. Eat Well, Live Well, Age Well is one. Patricia, what is an aging well expert? I mean, this is a title you've given yourself, and I understand that. But do you help people who are maybe in their 80s or above live better?
Absolutely. It really, what it is, the definition of an aging well expert is I spent the last 35 years researching and curating, and I continue to research. And that's why it's so hard for me to get a book out, because the information is always being updated. And what it is, I help people accept and maintain and embrace their age. That's really, I tell everybody, all of your social interactions, your relationship, Everything should bring you a sense of calm and well-being as you age. Competing and needing to win, it all takes away from the fun of just being there. And part of it is navigating those later years. What is it I need to do to feel the best about myself? Stop caring what everybody thinks. I say if everybody could get to that point around 45, 50, your later years will be a lot happier and a lot healthier.
Like you, I was not athletic in my youth. And as I reach the silver-haired fox era of my life, I'm still not athletic. It's just not what, I went to the gym on Saturday or Sunday. I did 5 miles on a bike, and I felt really proud of myself. I thought that was really great in about 40 minutes, 35 minutes. So it was a good clip, and I haven't gained any weight. In fact, I've lost about 2 pounds.
Good.
My point is that because I talk about this all the time, I'm cognizant. Are most people cognizant of that? I mean, of wanting to age well, or are they just waiting to pop off?
There's a wide variety. There's people that are just giving up. There are people who are fighting it tooth and nail and just don't want to age and don't want anyone to know how old they are. And then there are a vast majority of people, I think, right now are embracing it. They're still looking for ways to not appear or feel old, but they are embracing the fact that they are, they're really, really wrapping the head around. Because you have to remember, historically, we were told life is over at 65. That's when you retired. That's when you got kicked out of your job. That's when you got Social Security and Medicare. And that was the beginning of the end. So people would retire and die not too long after. Now our lifespan has increased up to the average lifespan across the world is about 79. So for those of you in your 70s, don't be afraid that you only have a couple of years left. That's just an average, because there are still, unfortunately, people in this world that die from all kinds of things in their 40s and 50s. So it pulls that average down a little bit. And the pandemic pulled that average down a little bit. But you have every capability of living to be 100. So let's embrace that.
Richard Lewis passed away about a week ago.
I was heartbroken to see that. Mm-hmm.
I was too.
Yeah.
He was very funny.
Yes.
And seemed to be with all of his neuroses, I think he was still a nice guy.
Absolutely.
He projected that, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know him, Daryl?
An acquaintance, not a friend.
Got it. I just, and as we all age, we think about there's more days behind us than ahead of us. That has got to be a major part of wellness for somebody who's, say, 50 plus or 60 plus.
I think that's the driving thought, Mark, is when somebody says, I've got less time ahead of me than behind me, then, well, how do we make that day more meaningful? How do we be more thoughtful towards the approach? And I'm very, clean house. I'm, a brutal clean sweep. Get everything out of your life going forward that you don't want there anymore. And getting everything from physical clutter to people, places, and things out of your life that don't work for you. Of course, we have family members that we're not always crazy about, but we have to have them around. Or we have situations where we are caring for an ill family member, that, of course, you have to embrace it and deal with it. But getting rid of the things that no longer serve you in a way that make you feel good about your life going forward. Lastly, Mark, I want to get this in before we finish, is your peers are your best advisors. I can't say that enough. Try to surround yourself not only with people your own age. It's good to have a variety, but check in with people on or about your own age. Find out what they're going through. There's a camaraderie there when you talk to someone. Hey, we're in our 60s now, or we're in our 70s. How are you feeling about that? What is it we can do to maximize our lives every day? So that's the key, is just being in today, staying in today, and really embracing it. And all the other stuff is fluff.
A few weeks ago, I had lunch with a friend of mine. He's going to be 80 this year. And we talked about the fact that you don't know what's going to happen.
That's right.
You don't know when the end is near. You want to be 118, you want to die in your sleep, and you want to do it without pain.
Right.
right?
Shouldn't laugh, but
It's
yes,
a
that's what
very,
everybody
very
wants.
simple,
Yes, yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But he said, Mark, I have so much more I want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do more. I want to do this project, that, and this.
Mark, let me speak to that really quickly. Please don't be angry at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say, I should have. That pile of regrets that every day, I should have taken that job. I shouldn't have married him or her, right? Now I wouldn't be in this position I'm in. You know what? All you have is today. So, okay, what can we do differently going forward? If you always wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, that's not going to happen, but you can join a softball team. Or if you wanted to travel the world and you never got to do it, so take a small trip somewhere local. It's just adjusting. You can still do the things you want to do and adjust. But I think first and foremost is finding the things you love. I've come around a little bit with nutrition and fitness also. If it's not your bag 24 hours a day, just try to do something,
So
try to do your best.
Right. So occasionally, if you want to have a Mexican a taco, carnitas, which Mark may have eaten last night for dinner, pastor. It was a pastor. Once in a while, it's okay.
Of course, that's again, it's like I always say, good food, good wine, good chocolate shared with friends and family is the best medicine. You just don't, again, it's that craving for junk and things that aren't good for us that we're doing on a regular basis is the problem. But that one good indulgent meal, a birthday, a celebration, and I don't pick on any one ethnic cuisine. They all evolve from originally healthy recipes in each respective culture. They've just become fast food because it's a way of getting it out fast and quick and easy to a larger amount of people. But all of our the sources of these recipes and the foods, where they've all come from, usually was coming from a good place.
I want you to know that we are. I want you to know that we are planning a family an anniversary excursion. And we were going to go to San Francisco. Now we're going to go to Downey. So it just
okay,
right?
Yep.
Just our guest is Patrcia Greenberg, aging well expert and author and host. I forgot of the YouTube series Aging Well,
yes.
So you can check her out there. In 30 seconds, what is the number one thing people should do to remain healthy?
Okay, this is very, very important, which is emerging as one of the key factors, is enjoying nature. Getting out in nature. Our bodies interact with the trees, with the plants, with the ocean, with the mountains in ways that we never understood. And there's doctors specializing in this now. Enjoying nature, being out, fresh air, any way you can do it. If you live in a busy city, go walk on a street that has trees on it.
Walk barefoot in your local park.
And yes, walking barefoot is fabulous, but it's getting your body upright, moving around nature, preferably with friends. So those three components of having fresh air, learning new things, engaging your body, and being there for friends and family.
Patricia, we are out of time.
Okay.
You'll come back?
Absolutely.
All right, good. I hope you had a good time. Hold on a second. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Don't go away. More coming up as Late Night Health continues. And of course, be sure to visit us at latenighthealth.com.